Thank you, Ms. Nance. There is your visual. I know we need a visual. It is at the bottom of your screen. It says chat. Click the chat button. Follow the link. Send your questions to Ms. Bellamy and to Ms. Morales. I am Mrs. Marsh. Welcome to kindergarten. School administrator and curriculum facilitator. This is my 15th year at Sugar Creek Charter School. This is a picture of me during Character Day. Everyone knows that I love to read, so I am always dressing up. One of my favorite shows is Arthur, so that is me as author. And then that's one of my favorite books is The Learning Tree. Planting Seeds for Success, that's me in my lovely costume. So that's all about me. Our principal is going to introduce himself.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Marsh, our fearless kindergarten curriculum facilitator leader. She is awesome. This team is awesome. Welcome back, everybody. So great to see everybody. And I just want to say this kindergarten team is so strong and so proud of them. You're gonna have a great year. I just want to say that again, welcome back to the 2021-22 school year. My name is Richard Russell. I am the elementary principal for kindergarten through 4th grade. And this is my 20th year here at Sugar Creek and my 5th year as the elementary principal. Thank you for having me. Just want a couple of things to think about is our mission. The mission here at Sugar Creek Charter School is to eradicate generational poverty by providing a college and career preparatory education from kindergarten to 12th grade. We have our 3 pillars that we basically structure ourselves on: academic preparation, high school, college, and career readiness and life skills for success. And this all starts here at kindergarten, the best. So we have a vision that we need to think about this year, something clear, something attainable. We want to close those gaps from COVID, academic, behavioral, any needs possible, social, emotional. But in order to do that, we have to set a goal, and we want to exceed growth at 90% this year. We think if we can do this for a few years straight, we're going to get into that A+ school. And that's our ultimate goal, is to be an A+ school. One more shout for me here is to, I'm going to be issuing a weekly newsletter for K through 4. So please look for that. And again, thanks for having me. Kindergarten is awesome. And floor is yours again, Miss Marsh. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell.
All right. Now, welcome to kindergarten. All right, I am Miss Harris. I am going to be the teacher in KO1, and I'm also going to be working with the lovely Miss Kenzie. I've been at Sugar Creek for 6 years now. I love to travel, and fun fact about me, I love doing DIY projects. So you can see me fixing up houses. I love making jewelry and etc. My co-teacher, Miss Kenzie, she has been at Sugar Creek for 3 years now, and she is looking forward to a great school year, and she loves a type of creativity. So I'm going to pause right now for you all to take a look at the roster.
No, we're not going to record the rosters because that is personal information.
All right, so now we are going to move on to the supply list. You can take a picture of this list of things that your child would need. You see that they'll need 5 vinyl folders, erasers, Expo dry erase markers, 2 packs of crayon, some glue sticks, scissors, pencils. We ask, please, we need some disinfectant wipes, spray, sanitizer, freshener, 4 boxes of Kleenex, gallon, quart, and snack Ziploc bags, a change of clothes. Parents, please send a change of clothes for your student, for your child. definitely has to be the uniform. Put that in a Ziploc bag, write their name on it, make sure you label all of your child's supplies. A pencil pouch, again, on the pencil pouch, make sure you put their name on there because we would not be sharing anything. All of whatever you sent with them is going to be for them. So please, it's very important that you label all of their materials. All right, so next we have the schedule. Our hours are going to be from 8:30 to 4 p.m. All right, so if your child arrived late, they will be considered late at 9 a.m. and they will be counted absent if they arrive or leave before 12 p.m. All right, so we will start our day off at 8:30. That's when the student would come in. During that time, we will have like intervention. They'll be eating their breakfast, reading books. After that, we're gonna clean up. They're gonna do from 8:50 to 9 o'clock will be our morning meeting time. 9 to 9:30 will be foundation. Pretty much we're teaching letters, sounds, all of those good things. From 9:30 to 10 will be our literacy period. 10:05 to 10:40 will be writing. Lunch would be from 10:45 to 11:15, and we will talk more about lunch. So later on in the PowerPoint, 11:20 to 12:20 will be math. 12:25 to 1:05 will be our small group time when teacher and the co-teacher will work with each group of students. From 1:10 to 1:40 will be our recess. 1:45 to 2:45 will be our specials. And then we're going to go back into groups again from 2:50 to 3:05. 3:10 to 3:50 will be our integrated intervention time. And integrated is like social studies and science. And then we'll also do our intervention, which we'll talk about more later on, to assist students in the skills that they need. And from 3:50 to 4 o'clock, we're going to be packing up and we're going to be reading. DEAR stands for drop everything and read. So it's going to be a whole lot of reading throughout our time. I am going to turn it over to Mrs. Marsh.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Harris. Shout out to Zion Welch. I believe the student's name is Zyla or Zalia. I probably said that wrong and I do apologize, but when I unmute you, you feel free to correct me. At all times, anytime someone mentions your name incorrectly, please correct them. It is okay. We want to say it correctly. If you are just joining us, please use that link below. I want to remind everyone that this is being recorded and please to send your questions directly, privately, or in the 21st century, DM Mrs. Bellamy, Miss Serena Bellamy. All questions to Miss Bellamy, we will cover them at the end. We want to be respectful of everyone's time. So because we have new school hours, we are offering before and after school care. Before school care, students can be dropped off at 7:30. They will need to bring, it is not an organized drop-off not an organized program as in the after school, but they can come into the building into a secure location that is warm. We will have staff there to supervise, but they will need to bring something to entertain themselves. These things could consist of homework, a book. We love to see scholars reading. They can draw. We are not allowing any electronic devices because we cannot be held responsible for those. So please do not send your electronic devices in. Thank you for doing that. After school this year is being ran by a party that is not a part of Sugar Creek, outside. It's called the Rack After School Company. One of my lovely teachers is going to drop that link in our chat. So if you are interested in that, you can sign up. It is absolutely free. It is after school. It begins at 4, and I believe it ends at 6 o'clock. So I will pause so that you can take a picture of this slide if you would like to do so. All right. Kindergarten health assessments. While we are so excited to welcome our scholars into the building, we do want to make sure that we are doing it safely. It is very important. It is actually a North Carolina law that all students have a health assessment. It has to be submitted within the first 30 days of school. That is on September the 29th. If your scholar does not have a health assessment on file, they will be able to return to school until it is provided directly to our school nurse. Her name is Miss Hawkins. You can send all of your questions and concerns directly to her. Please take a screenshot of this picture. That day is September the 29th. I cannot hear you. You cannot unmute yourself, but I am going to ask you this question. What day is that health assessment due? I need to see everybody's parents saying September 29th. Thank you, Ms. Barton. Thank you to the parents who leaned in and got real close. I greatly appreciate it, but I wanted to make sure that it is clear. That is due September 29th. That is not my rule. That is not Sugar Creek's rule. That is a mandate from the state. So it is not our decision. We are not kicking your scholar out of school. We want your scholar here. We want to teach them, but we want to make sure that we can do it in a safe manner. So it is non-negotiable. It's not up for debate. We do know that things come up and things happen. That's why you have 30 days. Please, please, please make those appointments. Contact your pediatricians, but please get the information in by what date? Thank you, September 29th. I love you guys already. Thank you. Speaking of our nurse, we know that allergies, people have allergies, we have asthma, things occur. We cannot keep medicine in the classroom. You cannot send it into your scholar's backpack. All of those things must go through Nurse Hawkins. If you need to bring that up to our school, please do so. If your student has an EpiPen, an allergy asthma plan, an action plan, we need all of that information because again, we want to make sure that your scholars are here and they are safe. Everything pertaining to allergies, medication, health assessment goes to who? Nurse Hawkins. Thank you so much. And we're going to do that as soon as possible. But if we can't do it tomorrow, we're going to do it by what date? September 29th. Thank you so much. If you are just joining us, please use that link, sign in, get connected with our teachers. Since I am talking about health and restrictions and safety, we know this is their first year of school. We know that they are 5, some maybe be young 4s. We promise you that you have made the best decision for your scholar by sending them to Sugar Creek Charter School. They are going to be safe. They are going to be welcome every single day. We're going to meet them at the door. We're going to meet you at the car. We're going to meet you everywhere. You're going to get sick of seeing our faces and voices. But I promise you, they are in great hands because of COVID. We cannot allow parents into the building. That means, yes, it's the first day of school, but no, you cannot walk your scholars to class. Again, I will be at that front door. That's why I wanted to make sure that all of your scholars' beautiful faces were on the camera so that they see me and they see the rest of our team so they can see a familiar face. Take a picture of me. All of my teachers, you will see one of us. We will meet you at the car. We will meet you at the door. Your scholar is in safe hands. We will walk them to their class, make sure everything is okay. But parents, unfortunately, you cannot go past the vestibule, the glass doors of our school building. If you are entering our school building, you must have on a mask. We will get into more questions about COVID. Please remember, if you have a question, send it directly to Ms. Bellamy in the chat. Thank you guys for following directions. I know you can do it because I've asked you several times what the date was and I saw everyone telling me that date. You stamp it. So if you have a question, you're going to send it in the chat directly to who? Miss Bellamy. Yes, thank you. Send your questions to Miss Bellamy. I promise you I am not ignoring them. They will be answered. Masks are required. We have a great saying. Thanks to our Dean of Students, Ms. Barnes, who will introduce herself later. We call it the Wildcat Way, mask on. That is our signal in kindergarten. If we go like this, we need to know, where's your mask? We're also going to teach our scholars 3 things. Your mask should cover, if you hold up your 3 fingers, it should cover your nose and your mouth. This is how we correctly wear our mask. So if you see us doing this to your student or doing this, that means we want to know where their mask is. That's just our verbal, nonverbal hand signal. We ask that they wear their mask. We're going to continuously wash our hands throughout the day. Each classroom has a sink and a bathroom, so students can wash their hands periodically. And we're going to continue to wait 6 feet apart when we are in line. Our desks, new law mandate that they have to be 3 feet apart. Our desks are 3 feet apart in our classrooms. So bring your mask. Arrival. I spoke about this earlier because I know you want to bring your scholars in. Important that we arrive to school safely and we also dismiss safely. When we arrive, your scholars are going to enter the building if they are a car rider at door A. Which door can your scholars come in? Door A. Thank you so much. Now, kindergarten through second graders are permitted in door A. That means third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, they will not be going in door A. So before you ask, can my older sibling walk the younger one to class? If they are not in kindergarten through second grade, unfortunately, they cannot come in through door A. If they are in K2, they can come through door A, but they're going to separate at that main hall. We're going to make sure they give each other a nice warm hug and say their goodbyes, and they will be escorted to class by myself or one of the lovely ladies and gentlemen who are on our Zoom. So I've answered several questions thus far. 1, parents cannot come in the building. 2, masks are required. 3, we are waiting 6 feet apart. 4, we're 3 feet apart in the classroom. And 5, you cannot walk your scholar to class. Siblings cannot walk their scholar to class. Please send your questions directly to Miss Bellamy in the chat. Miss Morales, if you can unmute and translate that for me, that would be awesome.
Y si tienen alguna pregunta en español, me las pueden mandar a mí directamente y yo con mucho gusto les respondo. Gracias.
Gracias. I am learning. So I spoke about arrival for car riders. What does the arrival look like for bus riders? I'm glad you asked me. Bus riders will exit the building at the front. They will also go in door A. Bus riders are required to wear a mask as well.
All right, so let's talk about dismissal. So dismissal, what that will look like this school year will begin at 3:50. Car riders should enter through Glory Street and follow the cones. Our van riders must be in a daycare center vehicle with a logo. They will enter through the North Tryon Street. Please be patient for the first week of school, as the lines will be long and the bus routes may not run on time. Bus riders, please arrive at your bus stops 10 minutes before the scheduled time. Parents, please be present with your students K through second to get off the bus. If you are not there, your child will have to return back to the school. All right, and also Pit My Kid. So parents out there, if they are not familiar with Pit My Kid, it is an app that you can download through Android or Apple. You can download the link and your teachers will provide you with information how to download the link and what you should look for as far as the parts of how to assess and enter in the information of how your child will be getting picked up, who's picking them up. So all of that detail will go out on the first week of school, hopefully. Transportation also, supervisor is Miss McMillan. Her contact information is there. If you have not yet gotten a bus schedule or information, please make sure you reach out to her for any changes. You must be, any changes must be changed before 2:30 through the Pit My Kid app only. So that's also for early dismissal that will end at 2:30. So there's no exceptions. So we can't take any word of mouth. We can't receive letters or notes saying, hey, Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so. It must come directly through the Pick My Kid app. Thank you.
All right, uniforms. We are a uniform school. So on this picture, there are some examples of the uniform. So ladies are allowed to wear khaki jumpers, khaki skirts, khaki pants, khaki shorts. Tops have to be the navy blue monogram shirts, and I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you all will be able to go into Flynn O'Hara and see what the uniform is, and you can order off of there. You can go to the store and order it. Socks and stockings, they have to be white, khaki, navy, blue, or black, and they have to be solid. So we can't have any designs, any patterns, or anything like that. They have to be solid colors. Jackets and sweaters, solid navy blue only. So like any colors other than that will not be accepted. We're going to ask you to ask your scholar to take that off. So it has to be solid navy blue. Parents will be contacted when a child is not in the complete uniform. So please make sure, and just like the other Miss Harris stated, when they have their change of clothes, please make sure the change of clothes is the uniform. Undershirts have to be black or white. So again, no patterns or anything like that. So if you want to go to the chat box, I'm going to drop off the link to Flynn O'Hara so you can have that information and order school uniforms. And your child's teacher will be providing probably a sheet that has all that information the first day of school as well. These are just some examples of what the shoes should look like. So on the left side, you see that there is solid color black shoes. They don't have any type of color in them. And then on the right side, you see that they have like a little bit of white in them. So we ask that your scholar have solid black shoes only. And again, just like the change of clothes, please make sure that the change of clothes is the uniform, because accidents do happen. Please make sure that you label those the first day of school so we don't get those mixed in with anyone else's clothes.
Alrighty. So these next few PowerPoints, we will be discussing just behavior management and kind of just how we do things here at Sugar Creek. We do believe in discipline versus punishment. We believe that, you know, with good discipline, then that provides a better learning environment for all of our students, and we pride ourselves on that and really having things flow well here at Sugar Creek. So go to the next slide, please. Okay, so within Sugar Creek, if anybody has ever walked the halls of Sugar Creek, we all follow the same guidelines in terms of with the students, making sure that students are all following the same type of behaviors. When we say behaviors, we're talking about like quiet lines in the hallways, walking the hallways in a certain way, the way that we run things within the classroom. And so with that, with positive behavior, we have a team called PBIS, and PBIS provides different type of rewards and incentives and all of that good things within our classroom, and then also on a bigger scale. And we do that by anything from certificates to small treats and different types of recognition for the students for following our guidelines here at Sugar Creek. Next slide, please. All right, so this is going to kind of go into the next slide. So especially here in kindergarten, we utilize what we call the STAR stick. I'm sorry, the clip stick, the clip system, excuse me. Can you go to the next slide so we can talk about that? I think it's on the next one. Okay. And so these are some of the rules that are followed every day within the classroom. And this is something that your scholars will learn within the first few weeks of school, and we'll continue to practice this throughout the school year. These are what we call our STAR rules. Within our STAR rules, we have show respect to yourself and others, T, transition quickly in an orderly manner, accept responsibility for your actions, R, ready to learn, and S, support your school. As a kindergartner, you'll notice that if your scholar is following all of these rules, they will continuously come home on green. You know, we have 5 and 6-year-olds. Oftentimes, you know, sometimes you're going to slip up, as we do as adults. And so you might find a yellow every now and then, and that's okay. That might just be a simple mistake. And from there, with bigger behavior problems, as scholars are not following the rules, and that's when we get into blues and reds. And that's when other consequences may occur, such as maybe losing some time at recess or receiving contact home via remind, or maybe a phone call home, and worst case, which we try to really stay away from, which would be like an in-school suspension or out-of-school suspension. But hopefully we won't have any of that this year at all, because everybody's going to follow the STAR rules. And so this is the stick that we were referring to. This is in every classroom in kindergarten. And so there's no real secret to the students. They know what color they're on, and hopefully, you know, they're all striving to stay on green, and just have some really good days and have a wonderful school year.
Ms. Dolmy, can I just say something?
Oh, yes, sir.
In
Good.
reference to that
Yes.
STAR stick,
Yes.
we do have that we must contact the parent when we get to blue. That contact can come via phone call or via the Remind app, because we know that you guys are working. If it is severe, we would definitely try to get in contact with you via call. That's why it's important that we have your updated information. Sign in using that link. I want to shout out Deanna Fordham and also Miss Courtney, whoever you are. Thank you so very much. She did drop in a chat that all questions should be directly privately to Miss Bellamy. So thank you for that. Love you for that. Awesome.
Yes, and I've been receiving a lot of private messages with questions. I've been kind of bombarded. So, and I'm trying to, if I can answer them, I'm writing them back right away. But if don't, then it's just because I can't answer directly and I'm waiting to the end. So please don't think I'm ignoring you, because I do see the questions.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so this ties back into the student incentive. So we have a lot of incentives in our school, and especially kindergarten. We love to have fun and turn up, and we love to do anything, you know, to just keep our students motivated and just really have a good time, you know, so it's not just academic. So some of the incentives that we have to promote positive behavior and positive learning and all of that, we do student of the day, student of the month. We have a green team party once a month for those students who are remain mostly on green throughout the month. We have bus riders of the month, swag awards, field trips, and so on and so forth. And then within each classroom, those teachers, you know, they might implement their own little systems where maybe, you know, they have like a treat bucket, a special phone call home, maybe they could be line leader or something like that. So lots of incentives for positive behavior. Next slide. Awesome. All right. So this is the level up. So we have a special part of our STAR stick, and that is the purple. So like we talked about, we have red, blue, yellow, and green. Green is awesome. If your scholar comes home on green every single day, that means that they did everything they were supposed to. And in the rare occasion that they are on purple, that means that your scholar had the most amazing, bomb, great day of their lives. And we really like to just promote that. And so we will put a student on purple if they just had a really good day, and those will be our student of the days. And so that's always an exciting thing, and we celebrate that in our classrooms.
Yes, we do. When they get purple, they get a flyer just like that lovely little girl has. Beautiful young lady. I don't know whose daughter that is, but she is gorgeous. When your student gets 5 purple, they get to put their handprint on our wall, which lets the entire school know that they have made great choices. I do want to reiterate that the goal for every day is for them to be on green. I know we are overachievers. We have high expectations for our students, but please understand they are not going to get purple every day. It is okay. Green is awesome. Yellow is awesome. It just means they need a little bit of help. We had to support them throughout the day. So those are really great goals to set.
Everything she said. All right, so just goes back to our student of the day. This goes along with our purple. So look out for those certificates that your scholar might receive. Next slide, please. All right, so kind of touched upon this very briefly. Green Team Party. So at the end of every month, but not the month of August, October, December, March, April, or June. Okay. That kind of threw me off. Sorry about that. But not those months, just because some of those are very short months because we have holidays and or there might be a break on that time. But all the other months, we do have a Green Team Party. And so we love to celebrate that positive behavior and those students who really strive to make good choices following our STAR rules. So in order to go to a Green Team Party, that means you have no more than 3 yellows for that month. No blues, no reds, or no referrals or in-school suspensions. If you qualify for that, your scholar will have a party in their class with their classmates, and they're going to have the best time of their life. We're going to sugar them up for you guys and send them right on home, and they're going to be so happy. So make sure you look forward to that. That's always an exciting time.
Yes, if your scholar does not get to go to our Green Team parties, the first one, every student in kindergarten will be allowed to go out to our very first Green Team party because we want them to know what they're going to miss. And so they have something to work towards. And then when they don't get to go to those Green Team parties, they will be in a separate room and they will receive a lesson. Like a SEL lesson, social emotional learning lesson, and or a character lesson to talk about what can I do to make better choices? What can I do to turn my behavior around? Or how can I make positive decisions? How can I calm myself down when I feel like I'm upset? So they will be learning. It still will be fun. And that leads us into Mr. Benson, who is going to talk to you some more about character education and our specials. Unmute himself. So someone
Here we
please
go. All right, all right. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Benson. It's great seeing everyone's faces. I see a lot of siblings of our family we have now here at Sugar Creek. I am a specialist. Back in the day, we used to call it electives, but here at Sugar Creek, we call it specials. Your child, son, or daughter will have PE. They will have technology. They will have art. And my favorite, they will have character education. I say when I walk through the door, I say the turn up begins, all right? The lessons that I teach the golden rule. I teach how to introduce yourself. I teach confidence, because I feel that you don't have to wait to be older to be great. You can be great right now. All right. So parents, I just want to apologize to you already because you were I do a lot of chants. So you'll be saying those chants in your sleep. Your son and daughter will be coming home saying those chants. You'll be trying to watch TV. They're going to be saying those chants. So I apologize now in advance. All right. I really enjoyed the class, especially with kindergarten because they're sponges. So they soak all of it up. One of my favorite things to teach is I love when we talk about courage, we talk about respect, and especially when I get down to confidence, where they're able to hold their heads up, put their shoulders up and just talk and have that conversation. Even as a kindergarten. So I just want to say your children are in great hands. I wish my son was in kindergarten again so they can go through these phenomenal teachers. Here at Sugar Creek, we love the whole child. So my job is to make sure that our students are ready to take over the world, even in kindergarten, all right? We start now. We don't wait to 12th grade. We start now in kindergarten, all right? So they will see me. I get to see a lot of the students, so they will get to see me throughout the years. I do send things home. I do give a character student of the week award, all that great stuff. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone. I was going through the pictures and just seeing, so I'm really, really excited. We're back in the building. And so parents, just get ready because they are about to have the time of their life. And I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. Thank you, Ms. Marsh.
Thank you, Mr. Benson. We did receive some questions about exceptional children. I'm glad you sent those questions. Ms. Torrance is going to talk about that.
Good evening, everyone. It is great to see everyone's face. My name is Charis Torrance, and I am the EC Instructional Coordinator. EC stands for Exceptional Children, as Ms. Antoinette said, and I love love what Mr. Benson said a moment ago. I'm sorry, Miss Marsh. I got to call you by your last name, girl. I love what Mr. Benson said a few minutes ago when he spoke about loving and growing the whole child. That is perfect. I'm really, really glad to hear that. This is my first year at Sugar Creek, my 15th year in education. What our EC team, the elementary EC team is Ms. T. Franklin. She's our EC compliance coordinator. I'm C. Torrance, the EC instructional coordinator. Ms. Holtzclaw is our ELA, our resource and inclusion teacher, kindergarten through 4th grade. Ms. Stevenson is our math resource and inclusion teacher, kindergarten through 4th grade. And Mrs. McGuire, who is on the Zoom tonight, is our speech and language pathologist. Ms. McGuire, if you would like to say anything, once I'm finished, feel free to have a few words. Our mission in the Exceptional Children's Department is to ensure that students with disabilities develop intellectually, physically, emotionally, and vocationally through the provision of an appropriate individualized education program in the least restrictive environment. Those are a lot of big words, and it is a very fancy way of saying we try to reach every child exactly where they are every day. And Ms. Marsh said there were some questions. I will be around to answer those questions at the end of the presentation.
Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about intervention and ESL. The intervention team, Mrs. Patino is the one in charge for kindergarten. She's going to work with kids in ELA and math. And you can see everybody else from the team. The next slide. All right, for ESL, we got the English as a Second Language program, provides support to those students who may speak another language at home or may still learning English. So we got that program here at Sugar Creek, and we got Mrs. Mendoza. She is in charge of kindergarten to 4th grade. She's an ESL teacher. And we also have Mr. Sonder. He is in charge for 5th grade and to 8th grade, and he is the ESL lead teacher. And I'm going to be working with kindergarten as ESL assistant. So if you feel like your child need help with this, you can guys send me a message also, and we can help your kids. The next slide.
Miss Barnes, who's our Dean of Students. Go ahead and unmute. Can you unmute? I need to do it.
Hi, I'm here. I'd just like to jump in and say welcome, welcome, welcome to our Sugar Creek family. We're so excited to have you. We've been doing so much work behind the scenes to prepare and make sure that you can come in and have a fantastic first year of learning here with us. I am Crystal Barnes, and I have the pleasure of serving as the elementary dean of students here at Sugar Creek Charter School and the director of student support services. So as you can see here on your screen, if you take a quick moment, take a snapshot or take a screenshot of what you see here. These are our phenomenal student support team members who work collaboratively to make sure that other aspects outside of the academic realm of how your students will learn are taken care of and supported in as meaningful and an authentic and supportive way as possible. So we have several clinical school social workers, school counselors, behavior modification technicians. We have a coordinator for our Reset ISS program, as well as other staff members who work collectively with this team to make sure that mental and behavioral health, even physical needs are supported and taken care of. We got some awesome opportunities that are coming forth for our families this year. Things that will be sent out through Remind and your newsletter from Mr. Russell and from your teachers directly. So we hope to get to know you in a really, really good way and to connect with you as you begin your journey here at Sugar Creek. So thank you so much for your time and your moment, and we can't wait to see you doing it the Wildcat way.
Thank you so much, Ms. Barnes. I know Ms. Craney is on. Ms. Craney, did you want to speak?
Hi, good evening, parents and students. My name is Miss Craney. I am one of our school social workers here. I am part of the wonderful student support team like Miss Barnes just talked about. But as I'm going to piggyback off what Mr. Benson and Ms. Torrance said, talking about how we focus on educating the whole student. So yes, we are student support, but we are definitely here for family support. So if you guys are ever in need, parents, or you're concerned about your students, anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out, and we will try to connect you to any community resources that we have.
All right, thank you, Ms. Craney. So now we're at the fun stuff, which is grading. So the grading scale, as you can see, tests are 35% of the grade, classwork is 35%, quizzes 15%, and homework 15%. Parents, it is really important that your scholar comes to class each day because as you can see, classwork is worth 35%. So that's a big part of their grade. Teachers update grades weekly, and those grades will be on PowerSchool. And they can be accessed in the Parent Portal Hub on PowerSchool. There should be instructions sent home probably the first or second week on how to access that. Next slide. All right, so homework will be sent home every Monday and returned on Friday. So parents, please make sure that your scholars keep up with that homework because again, it is going to be turned in on Fridays. Please check your child's homework folder for updated information daily. You never know, there could be important papers in there. There could be things that we need you to sign and send back to school. Also, just to see your scholars' homework as well. Friday folders. Fridays are usually when we'll send papers home that need to be signed so that you have time to look over them on the weekend and they will be returned that following Monday. Jump a little bit more into homework. So each Monday there will be a book bag, a book in a bag. And it'll come home Mondays, as I said, according to the child's reading level. Every Monday, the books will be switched out. So please make sure that the books are returned so they can switch out that book. Students will receive nightly math homework and they will have a checkbox homework for phonics and literacy. So for phonics and literacy, they'll just choose one of the things on the checkbox homework that they want to do. For math, that homework will be sent home daily. And remember that it is to be turned in all on Friday. And also remember, homework is graded as well. It's worth 15%. So that's important to return that as well and make sure that they complete it. All right, I'll turn it over to Ms. Kinsey.
All right, now we're going to discuss the breakfast, lunch, and snacks of the day. Breakfast starts at 8:30 every morning and ends at 8:50. Students will not be allowed to have breakfast anytime after 8:50. There are no exceptions. If your student is running late, please have them eat breakfast in the car and discard it before entering our classroom. It's a big distraction. If your child is tardy after 8:50, please sign them in the main office before going to their class. So lunch begins every day at 10:45 and ends at 11:15. Lunch will be in the classrooms. Parents cannot eat lunch in the classroom with your student. If they're packing a lunch, we cannot share food as well. If a student needs a lunch to be dropped off, it can be left at home or brought to the front office. Please, if you're going to bring outside lunch for your student, please bring it on time so it is at the students before 10:45. There will be no outside food that will be allowed after the time of 11:15. For student snacks, we will have a daily working snack. It will not be provided by the school. The snack should be small and can be opened independently without the help of a teacher. We cannot share food. This is very important. Some students have food allergies and things of that nature. We encourage to tell our children no sharing food. You are welcome to donate a snack, but it must be store-bought and prepackaged with the label on it. The school, once again, we do not provide snacks, and please label your student snack. These are just some options or some suggestions. We definitely promote healthy snacks, lots of water. It's going to be hot outside, little snacks, fruit, things that are healthy to keep our students' brain going throughout the day. We encourage these. These are some just some options. Things that we don't recommend: no chocolate, it melts and it's really messy. A lot of junk food or soda, please, no soda. We do not encourage soda.
Yes, thank you for using that word encourage, but I am just going to tap into that a little deeper. It is not permitted. I allow students to have candy for snack. They cannot have soda for snack. This is a working snack. So a sandwich is not a snack. That is a meal. A Lunchable, it's not a snack. It's a meal. It is a working snack. So we will still be teaching time. That's why it's important that it is small. Students need to be able to open it individually. I strongly suggest if they have issues or trouble with opening their bag of chips, that maybe you put it in a small snack size Ziploc bag. Notice I said snack size because that is going to limit the portion so that we can make sure that it is a snack inside of their lunchbox. You want to label it because sometimes our scholars think they're supposed to eat everything in their lunchbox right at lunch, and then snack time comes and they don't have a snack. So please talk to your student and let them know, hey, this is your lunch. This is going to be for snacks. So when your teacher says it's snack time, this is a snack that you're going to get out. Some students try to eat their snack for breakfast. So we just want to strongly encourage that you label it. That being said, Sugar Creek offers free lunch to all students. However, you must fill out a meal application form. Those can be located online. If you bring your child's lunch, like Ms. Kinsey said, and you arrive after 10:45, we are going to give your child a school lunch, and then they can take the lunch that you provided back home or maybe have it during snack, because we only have 30 minutes for lunch. They're 5, and sometimes they take a long time to eat. And we also don't want to have everyone in class eating in front of your scholar. So if you are going to bring it in 10:45, please have that lunch there at 10:45. Thank you, Ms. Kinsey. We have learning targets here at kindergarten. We are not going to go over them. As I said before, utilize that chat box, fill out that form. This PowerPoint will be sent out to everyone who fills out that form with your email. So you will have the kindergarten learning targets. They are a lot. We want to respect the time. We are right at the hour mark. So we are not going to read these off for time purposes. This is our contact information. Please take a picture of this screen. This is how you will get in contact with the kindergarten team. We do ask that you allow us a 24-hour turnaround period before we respond to you. We are not ignoring you. We just have a lot of people to get in contact. If there is an issue, you have a concern, with your classroom or your child's teacher. We do have a protocol that we follow. We ask that you please speak directly with the teacher, set up a parent-teacher conference. If you feel that your problem has not been addressed or answered, then you will reach out to myself. And then if I cannot answer your question, I will put you in connection with our Dean of Students, Ms. Barnes, or our principal, Mr. Russell. So I do want to plug that in because sometimes we want to go directly to the principal, but we have to follow the chain of command because he's going to send you back to that child's teacher. We want to make sure that we all are in communication and we do it in a proper manner. We want to make sure that we give our teachers an opportunity to address your issues and the concerns that you may have. So please send all your questions, concerns directly to your child's teacher and or myself. With communication comes our Remind app. Please take a picture of this. Get connected to your Scholars Remind app. We do know that students have a tendency sometimes they go to grandma's after school or they meet maybe somewhere else for the weekend. If you co-parent, please have all adults who are caring for your student get connected to this Remind app so they get the information that we're sending out. Homework, emergency contact information, but we want to make sure that everyone is connected. If your child goes to daycare and you want your daycare teacher to get the updates, whoever the responsible adult is that you want to be responsible for communication, add them into the Remind app and everybody will get the message. So we won't have to worry about, oh, they're at their aunt's house this weekend, oh, they're at mom's this week, dad's week. Everybody has all the communication. So anyone can connect. We ask that when you do connect, please put your child's name in parentheses beside your name so we'll know who you're messaging us about. We'll know who your scholar is. So our email again, connect with us via Facebook, Instagram, the school. When I say us, let me rephrase that. Connect with our school via Facebook and Instagram. Follow those accounts. We send important information out through our social media pages as well as our school website. Those are the fastest way to get any information that has changed within a day and or sometimes seconds or minutes. Connect, social media, Instagram, Facebook, email, school website. Important dates, take a picture of this screen. If you know you are not going to open that lovely PowerPoint that I'm going to send you tomorrow, take a picture of this screen. First day of school is Monday, August 16th. Students are expected to be in full uniform. August the 27th, we have a teacher work day. September the 6th is Labor Day. There will be no school. And then September the 24th, there will be a teacher work day. Now the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to answer your questions.
Fun times.
Yes, Miss Bellamy.
Let me scroll up to 200. No, that's not. So a lot of parents did DM me or message me, but I answered a lot of the questions privately.
Yeah, if it's a question for the group, if you could just ask
that's what
and
I'm
answer
looking for. It. I do apologize because there was a lot that bombarded. Okay, so some of the general ones I thought maybe would pertain. Someone asked a question about hair accessories, what was permitted or not permitted in terms of that. I think we're pretty much I'm did you know what I'm trying to say? I'm sorry.
Accessories, your students are absolutely, we do have uniforms. We do allow them to express themselves in some manner, as long as it is not distracting to our environment. Now, I know I have 3 lovely, beautiful girls. So I know we have the cute little headbands, the unicorns, the kitten ears. They want to wear those things. We ask that they do not wear those things because it becomes a distraction. Some things we can leave to our teachers' discretion in their classroom. If your student is a solid student who will not mess in their hair or play with their beads or shake them all day, they are absolutely allowed to have those. As far as jewelry, they can have those. Earrings should not be bigger than a size of a quarter. They are 5, so I don't anticipate that they will have big hoops like myself. But if they do, no bigger than a quarter it is dangerous because it can get pulled out on the playground and we won't be held liable or responsible if that happens. So size of a quarter.
Awesome. Okay. Someone asked a question about water bottles. Yes. So we will have, we do have water fountain. It is touchless, which is awesome. So that will be an option. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all classrooms are allowing water bottles for to be brought in. So send those water bottles in so your student can have water throughout the day, as we do encourage that. Another one that was asked, so for students with asthma, will they be allowed to utilize water on the bus? I'm not sure about that one.
So we do have a no eating and drinking policy on the bus. However, if it is a medical need and a medical use, as I mentioned before, please contact Nurse Hawkins and she can put that exception in place and get in contact with our transportation so we can make that happen for your student.
Cool. I had a lot of questions about kids in different grades, like getting on the bus or off the bus. So just to clarify that, so yes, we do have different entrances where they will enter when in the school. So like if you have a middle schooler versus a kindergartner, but they still get on the school bus together. They'll still ride together from your house. When they do arrive home on the bus, they still leave together. So that's not a separate type of thing. I think some parents might have were a little bit confused about that one. Maybe.
Yes, in addition to that, Ms. Bellamy, if I may add, for safety purposes, if your student is in grades kindergarten through second grade, they are not allowed to get off the bus without an adult.
Okay.
If they, now I'm sorry, let me clarify that. They can get off the bus with an older sibling. The sibling has to be in third grade or higher. So they can't, if they're both in second grade or second kindergarten and second grader, they have to have an adult meet them at that bus stop. Strongly encourage you to get to the bus stop 10 minutes prior to it's time to be there. I will ask for grace because the first week of school is going to be hectic. And while I'm saying that, I think we skipped a slide. We asked that all car riders enter. Did I say this already? Because I don't think I did. From Glory Street, I said that?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Yes, okay. That answers that question. But yeah, for safety purposes, they have to have an adult get off the bus with them. If they don't, they will be brought back to our school and the parent will have to pick them up from Sugar Creek Charter School, 4101 North Tryon Street.
Awesome. I had a Pick My Kid app question. A parent did not have the option to add their student. Not quite sure about that one, who they would direct that to.
Yes, so if you have a question about Pick My Kid and you need to get connected, please contact the school directly and speak with our secretary, Ms. Martinez. She will connect you to Pick My Kid.
And can I add, Mrs. Marsh,
Yes,
to Pick
ma'am.
My Kid? I forgot to add also parents as school begins and we transition to pick my kid and parents picking them up from the car riders. You all will receive a number that will need to be hung up in your visor or on the outside of your not outside, but inside your windshield. So as you enter Glory Road of the Pick My Kid route, you will have to have that noticeable so they can call for your student from their class so they can be picked up from you in front of the school.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you for that, Ms. Livingston. I will say that the first Pick My Kid plaque number will be provided by our school. If you lose it, you will have to pay a fee of $2 to get an additional one. What happens if you have mom and dad both picking up in different cars on different days and you only have one sign? Pay $2 and get an extra one or memorize that number because that is the only way we can connect your student to call them to come out. I strongly suggest that you don't give out your student number only to people who are identified on your emergency contact that they can pick your student up from school. If someone new is picking them up from school, they must come into the front office to show their identification. Parents, even though we know you, you have to bring your ID as well. I cannot vouch for you and say that I know you. I still love you, but you need to have your North Carolina or whatever state issued ID card.
All right, thank you. I had a question about um about uniforms, if they buy them and they're too small. I'm not sure, maybe someone else can answer this. I'm assuming you can exchange them for a bigger size, but I don't want to tell a story that's not true. So does anybody know the answer to that at Flynn O'Hara?
So you will have to contact Flynn O'Hara directly to see if you can exchange that. I cannot say, I don't want to say yes and then they say no. So just contact them directly. Also, Miss Craney is a great resource to use for that. Maybe there is another parent in that issue and you can swap or exchange.
Okay.
And
Another,
I'm sorry, Miss Bellamy, let me shout out. I got some more kids' names I don't think I said. I think I saw Maurice Torrance's name come through. Shout out to Maurice Torrance, and there was another student. Oh my gosh, I lost it. Caden Haley. Thank you for being here.
all right, thank you guys. Okay, so a lot of mask questions. Do masks have to be a certain color, da da da? I believe the answer to that is no, but you can confirm that. Just appropriate mask.
Absolutely.
So no profanity, nothing that's not school appropriate. I guess use your better judgment, so to speak, on that as a parent.
Yes, they can have their own mask on if you want to have it with their name on it, personalized. Like Miss Bellamy said, make sure that it is school appropriate. If you want to put some positive words of affirmation on there, love it. Do those great things.
Okay.
But send in an extra mask.
Awesome. I did answer this person privately, but just to confirm, I can't recall. So birthdays, did you guys talk about that? If there's a birthday? So no. Okay. So quickly with birthdays, if your child has a birthday, you can bring in mini store-bought cupcakes, and those will be eaten during lunch. So you can send those in or bring them in at 10:45 a.m. To the front office, and then your child's teachers will receive that and they can celebrate their birthday like that. But we're not doing big birthday celebrations with balloons and banners and all of that sort. So just store-bought mini cupcakes, if you would like to do that. Okay. So next questions. Someone had a peanut question. So we are peanut free. So please, no peanuts in the classroom. With that one, supplies. So we're going to be sending out the PowerPoint. So with which lists all the school supplies, is one of the first few PowerPoints. So just please review that for school supplies. And it also is on the school website as well, for any supplies that you're going to need.
Yes, we strongly encourage you to drop your student supplies off at the school. We are there Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 this week. Perfect time to drop them off. Come into the front office. That's as far as you can go. Tell them who your child's teacher is. The teacher will come up front. So your child will get an opportunity to teacher, his or her teacher, in person if you do that, because they are bringing so many things in on the first day. Those supplies get heavy. So please utilize that. We're at the school. Today is Wednesday. We'll be there Thursday and Friday from 8 to 4.
Yeah, that's a perfect time. Okay. Meal application. Okay. So lunch numbers. Students will get their lunch numbers. We will have them as their teachers, and we will practice diligently with your students. We will send them home for you to practice those numbers as well. We don't have them yet, and we mean the teachers, but we will get those in, so you'll be able to see them. My daughter's concerned with walking to class by herself. That is a great concern, and I'm sure many parents have that concern, but don't be concerned, because there are going to be adults or staff members, excuse me, all along the way. Your student will not end up lost or anything like that. So personal escorts, and we promise that your child will make it to class, and there will be somebody at every step along the way to get them there. So yeah, no worries about that. We promise we're going to take care of them from the bus all the way down to the kindergarten. We'll be there to greet them. Will we get technology for homework? I'm going to say no for that one, because we are no longer virtual, but you can confirm that, Ms. Marsh.
Absolutely. We will not be issuing homework electronically, because we do not know if each student has an electronic device at their home and have access to it. So they will receive it in their folder. We will be utilizing Canvas. It will also be dropped there for the people who do have that access, who can submit it that way, but we definitely don't want to assume that everyone has that access. So it will come home in a hard copy.
Awesome. We had a lot of COVID questions. How often will the school and classrooms be clean? And will kids be required to wear masks? How often will the kids change classes during the day? I'll answer part of that. Yes, the students and teachers will, the whole school, everyone will be wearing masks, even down to custodian staff. Everyone will have a mask on all day long. The students will not be changing classes unless it is for recess. If that's considered changing classes, or if they receive special pullouts, but the parent will be notified about that in advance. But specialists will come to the classes, so there won't be like a transition that you might find in older grades. For classes cleaned all day, our custodian staff will be in and out all day cleaning bathrooms and sanitizing. And then there's a deep clean that happens on Saturdays, I believe, every single week of extreme deep clean. But teachers will be cleaning, custodian staff will be cleaning. So, you know, we're definitely on it. So send those wipes in for us. Thanks. Okay. Okay, so there has been a lot of questions about buses and times. We don't have that information. That's something that you would have to call to the school and speak to our transportation department directly, and they will provide all of that information. So if you have any specifics on what time your child needs to be at the bus, or time it comes, or drop off, please just call into the school directly, tell them your name, and they will direct you and give you all that information. Do they have to bring all the supplies in on the first day?
That one has been answered.
Yeah, okay. How do I get connected to Power School? Where your student's teacher will go over that with you. So that's why it was really important to go ahead and fill out that Google Doc form and get connected. So that way you will be able to have that one-on-one conference with your student's teacher that will occur this Thursday and Friday, and you guys can discuss all of those things pertaining to your scholars class.
Also, if you don't have any questions, feel free to exit. We're going to send the recording out. So we're going to continue to answer questions. We're going to send a recording out. The PowerPoint will not have the questions in it. So you can hang out if you choose to. If not, thank you for joining us.